Hello all you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans out there, it is the Stuttering Toy Nerd, and I am back with another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle review. This time, one of the right-hand men of Shredder, the dim-witted, pork-nosed punk, wearing sunglasses, purple mohawk braided ponytail, Bebop. Bebop, of course, was one of the original characters introduced in the series, as well, get rid of that for a minute, as well as one of the original 10 toys released in 1988. Now this isn't the original Bebop, no, the original Bebop had a hard head. It is from the original series, it is a vintage Bebop, but the original, not a hard head, original has soft head. This is the hard head, hard-nosed Bebop. He is quite different from the actual cartoon. Not significantly, but enough more in the face than anywhere else. In the face he had purple sunglasses and more vertical lines for the eye holes. And that's pretty much it. He does have some paint loss details here. Once again, all very minor. But until I get to the figure, let's go with the card itself. Card, like all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this is the 1988 style card, so it's not as extravagant as the later cards. This was more cartoony and more of a sketch, an afterthought, than the later card issues, but it gets the effect done. And since it's Playmates, they were just trying to get into the action figures, so it's very much explainable and understandable. We have the big portrait right here. Bebop to the left, Bebop to the right. Notice how he is drilling right into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. I find that very humorous. I love it when the actual figures were involved in destruction, especially of a logo. And since this is the 1990 card, unpunched, it does have the Wacky Action Turtles, what you could get in 1990, the good guys and bad guys, and its accessories, and of course, the portrait of Bebop Clip and Collect bio cards. His accessories are as follows. His turtle shell drill, very detailed. His knife, turtle carver knife. And a trash can lids. Of course, on the back of the card as well, it does have what these things do. The turtle shell drill, the cordless coring wonder weapon, the garbage can shield for deflecting pizza and punches, and the knife, nasty and sharp enough for ninjas. Now back to Bebop. Another thing you notice is on the card is it has amazing slam and jam arm movement. Don't know what that means, because really, he doesn't have slam and jam arm movement. It's more or less, you know, his articulation. But I guess if you really wanted to, you could say he has slam and jam arm movement, like, you know, put up your dukes, toidles. The head moves, but of course, since the head is not on top of the figure, it's basically, you know, more or less to the side. He doesn't move his head like other Turtles figures, and it kind of annoyed me much as a child. And it looks better when he's moving his head this way to the right than it does to the left. I don't know, it just does. He has articulated wrists, which is great figure to have, especially if you own his Psycho Trike. Very painted, very detailed. The detailing on his back, he's got a little design on his backside, which is pretty nice. He's got a little chain detailing here. This little armband on his pants is supposed to be, according to the card, a holster for his knife, but it's just there for decoration, nothing less, nothing more. The shoes, of course, are, you know, his, they look like Converse, like All-Stars. And of course, he's got the little skull pendant attached to his chest. Very, very, very detailed, and definitely a highlight of the first year of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. And since this is 1988, he does have these little sprues. These little weapons. These little weapon trees. Which all the weapons were attached to. Very painful, very menacing. A lot of really hated them. Wasn't enough to just open the bubble and just take out your weapons. Sometimes attached with paint. No, you had to remove them from the sprues. But enough of that. Another thing about these Ninja Turtle action figures is they have really firm grips. One thing I loved about them was you got these weapons in, except for the garbage can shield, you weren't getting them off. Not without a fight, buddy. And Bebop is no exception. How difficult he was in the television show mirrors how difficult he is as a toy. This is probably my favorite pose of Bebop. And there he is. That is Bebop. As a first year Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure, he is very difficult to locate in fair condition for a really good price. The closest you'll see this guy mint on card in any condition is $25. Any old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, anyone who is a fan of the cartoon and the original toy line, will love to have Bebop. I mean, the detail is pretty impressive for a 1980s toy, especially with the little warts, you know, Warthog on his face. He does have a nice, it goes from a brown to like a rosy pink, more towards his snout, and of course the little turtle shells. Everyone loves the turtle shells. One last look at Bebop. Like I said, if you can't afford an original, well, the 2009 anniversary issues are getting to be pretty scarce as well. But if you don't want an original, there's nothing wrong with owning a repo. It's the same figure, same details as far as I know, same accessories. So until then, this is the Starting Toy Nerd. So long.